Hi everyone! In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to add hoverbox on your Wix website. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to want to add a new sections for our website if you don't have any empty sections. As you can see on my website right here, I don't really have an empty sections, and I think that showing you how to add hoverbox with empty section is going to be easier than if I use a sections that already have pictures in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a new sections, and I can do that by clicking on the add sections button on the menu on the left side of my screen. And once you click on that button, you can see that there are multiple of sections that you can use. You can add an About Us page, you can add a welcome page, a gallery page, contact page, features page, promotion page, or whatever page you would want to insert. And they also have several templates that you can use. But for now, I'm just going to add up a promotion page for my web page, and I'm going to choose this simple green sections right here. Next, I'm going to adjust the wordings that came with the templates because I want to make room for my hover box. So what I did over here is just that I'm adjusting the text box, and then I'm going to bring it to the right side of my section. Next, I'm going to go back to the menu on the left side of my screen, and then I'm going to click on Add Elements, and over here you can see that there are multiple elements that you can choose. There are text, images, buttons, strips, decorative, box, gallery, menu and anchor, and many more. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the box element section, and as you can see, once you click on the categories, it's going to open up some more subcategories that you can choose. And to create a hover box, we're going to go to the hover boxes menu, and as you can see now there is a selection of hover boxes that you can choose. So basically hover boxes are an element that are able to change its pictures or its text once you put your cursor or your pointers on top of it. And there are selections of hover boxes that you can choose. There is this rectangles one, there is some abstracts ones, there are some circle one, etc. So you can choose from any of the hover box that are available here. I'm going to give you two example of how you can customize your hover boxes. So this is going to be the first one I'm working with. And in the end, I decided to just delete the wording that came with my sections template, and I'm just going to insert this hover box instead. So you can choose whether you want your hover box to be displayed as just regular item or as a hover. And you can also click on play to see how the hover box is going to change. As you can see, this hover box came with a hand element and some wordings, and it doesn't really have pictures on it, but the wordings does change once you put your clickers or your pointers on top of it. Now, if you're wondering how you can customize the wording, because as you can see, the only words you're going to see is the second wordings that are going to show. I'm going to show you how to change it in a bit, but for now, this is how you can change the animations of your elements. You can choose to change the effect, you can rotate your elements, you can skew it horizontally or vertically. And for now, I'm just going to go ahead and choose an effect, and I decided to go with the combination effect 1. Next, you can also set the durations of your hover box. You can do that by clicking on the time symbol on top of your box, and then you're going to see that you can set the duration as well as the delay of the animations. You can also pick on the easing. You can choose none or ease in, ease out, is in and out, or linear. You can choose whatever you want it to be. I'm just going to go with the default, which is the is in and out. And then you can also set up the amount of duration it will want the animations to be. And as you can see, because the one that I chose was an abstract shape, when you try to design the background, what happened is it's going to fill in the rest of the box with colors that are obviously changeable. You can change it to however you like it. And you can also try to customize or try to setting the opacity of your element. I'm just going to leave it as it is because I don't think any changes are going to make it even better. And if you're working with a rectangle or with a square, you can also adjust the radius of your square and make it rounder if you would like. But mine again is an abstract one, so I'm not going to do any of it. And you can also apply some shadows if you want to maybe differentiate your element with your background. You can feel free to do that on this shadow box design menu. Now, to edit the text, we can just do that by simply double-clicking on the text or click on the Edit Text button on top of your text box. And over here, you can change the style, the fonts, and you can also choose the alignment, the colors of your wordings, and many more. So right here, I'm just going to change the colors that are going to match with my overall web page vibes. And then I'm also going to take a look at the effect. I don't really want to put any effect for now, but I'm going to show you that you can also change the effect as well as changing the spacing for your line or for the letters of your text. So I ended up changing the wordings to join us now, and I didn't really do much settings besides the colors. And you can also animate your text differently from your other design. So right here, I'm just going to set an animations for my hover box element. Next, if you would want to change the wording on the first frame, what you're going to do is you're going to switch your view from hover to regular, and then you're going to be able to change the first wording that you'll see from there. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on regular and then double click on the wordings that you would like to change, and then you can switch back to hover if you would like to see whether both of them are connecting beautifully or not. And then you can also play it multiple times to see if the hover box works according to how you want them to be. Alright, I'm done with the setting of my first hover box. Now I'm going to add another one that it's going to look a little different than the one that we've already worked with. So the second hover box that I'm going to choose is the ones like this. This one is going to change the pictures as well as the wordings on top of it. So right now I'm just going to try and adjust it. And as you can see, you can add more than one hover box, so feel free to use the free templates one. And then, just like before, I'm going to try to change the image because the first one that I'm going to try is the first image. I'm just going to go ahead and use the regular view instead of the hover view. And over here, you can always add or upload your own pictures, but for now, I'm just going to go ahead and try to search for an example pictures. For now, I'm just going to try and type on financial and let's see what will pop up. Alright, so here's the result, and I'm going to choose one from the available result, and then I'm also going to change the wording on top of my pictures as well as the colors of the words. Next, to change the second pictures, again, we're going to want to go back to our hover point of view, and then we're going to be able to change or to reposition the pictures we will want to put on this side. Alright, so the pictures that I've chosen is this one. It also comes from the free gallery that we've taken a look around before. And then I'm going to change the text so that it's going to be more relevant to what I'm selling. Alright, so the only tricky part, in my opinion, when it comes to creating a hover box is where you have to constantly switch from regular view to hover view just so you can edit your pictures, but I think that it's still manageable. It's not something that is very hard to do, and as you can see, when I put my pointer or my clicker on top of my hover box element, it's going to change to the second frame that we've already configured or we've already added and settings earlier. So yeah, you can add up more than one hover box. So if you would like to create some more, feel free to do that. And that is it. That is how you can add your own hover box on Wix website. I hope this tutorial is helpful for you. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.